Hello everyone. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the reading module in detail. So let's start with the reading module. So the duration for the entire reading module will be 60 minutes, wherein it will be divided into 3 sections. Here in this 3 section, you will be getting 3 long text passages. These passages are generally taken from journals, newspapers, magazines, etc. The format of the text can be descriptive, discursive, analytical, factual, depending upon the format. And each question, so there are 40 questions and each question will be carrying 1 mark. So the total score out of 40, that will be converted into 9 bands. Alright, and these bands can be in the form of a full or a half band. So suppose you are scoring 39 or 40 out of 40. So your band score will be 9. But if your score dips to 38 or 37, so your band score goes down to 8.5. Alright, so this is how the calculation is done. Clear? Let's move further. So the different types of questions which are asked in the reading test are: the first type is multiple choice question, that is the MCQs. So here you have a list of options. So suppose you have options like A, B, C, D or probably E as well. So 4 to 5 options will be given to you. And what are you supposed to do is you just have to mention the correct option. So for example, the answer for the first question is option B. So just write B in the answer sheet. Alright. Now, the tips and tricks to answer the MCQs are: first of all, you need to read the instructions carefully, and this is mandatory for all the questions. If you start reading the questions, you start reading the passage without reading the instructions, you will be going for a toss. Alright, so reading the instructions is very much important and you need to follow it for all the questions. You need to find out the keywords. So first of all, what we will do is we will be reading the questions. While reading the questions, you will be getting the keywords, as in what is the question asking you about. Based on the keyword, you will be finding that keyword in the passage and this will help you to find the answer. Okay. So while doing this, what you can do is you can start eliminating the options. So this will help you to reduce to the correct option. So once the options are eliminated, you can narrow down your search by getting to the right answer. Remember, in this type of question, you just need to mention the option. Alright, you are not supposed to write the entire statement in the answer sheet. So first answer is probably B, second answer is probably D, that's it, nothing more than that. Okay, so for example, God forbid, if you are not able to find the correct answer, so don't just panic, don't just freak out. It's okay. Fine. So here what you can do is the guesswork can help. So the wise option is, if you are not able to find the answer for the first question, go and find the answer for the second question. Don't leave any question unanswered. So probably while answering the second question, you might work as a guesswork for answering the first answer as well. Okay, so ultimately you will be answering all the questions altogether. Alright, fair enough. Okay, now the second type of question asked are sentence or the note completion. Here in this type, you need to complete an incomplete sentence based on the word limit. So based on the instruction, you will be getting to know that how many words are required. So probably 2 words or 3 words or 5 words, whatever is the word limit mentioned in the instruction. You need to complete the sentence accordingly. You are not supposed to write the entire sentence on your own or paraphrase the information. Okay. So whatever the wordings, the blanks are given, you are not supposed to write the words on your own. The synonyms or might be the paraphrase version. No. Just copy paste the words which are given in the passage, the same words. Okay, and while doing this, while finding the answer to the sentence in which the question is a part and a complete, that will be mentioned in the text itself. Okay, so whatever is the incomplete part, that text will be available in your entire passage. Okay, and the best part is what is happening is all the answers are available in the chronological format. That means, so for example, the first answer, this is your passage. Okay, and the answer for the first question you will be getting initially. After you get the first answer, then only you will be getting your second answer. It will not be other way around. Okay, so that chronology is being followed in the IELTS pattern. So the tips and tricks are, first and foremost, we'll be reading the instructions carefully, and then in this question the student need to fill in the blanks. So the blanks will be given to complete the sentence, and you need to fill in the blanks. You need to match the keywords which are given in the question and search for them in the passage. The words need to be taken exactly from the passage. Okay, so whatever is the word, take it exactly the way it is. Stick to the word limit. That is very much important. That is mandatory. That is why I'm telling you to read the instructions carefully, because in the instructions only it will be mentioned what is the word limit. So while writing the answer, you need to check the type of the grammatical format, that is the noun form, verb form, adjective form, etc. Okay. The place where you got the first answer, you will find the next answer soon after that. So that is what is the chronology followed. Don't waste your time on trying to find one answer. Stick to the next question. Okay. So if you are not able to find one answer, go to the next one. Once all the questions are answered, you can come back to the unanswered question. Okay. So this is one thing, or else might as well while answering the second, third, fourth questions, you will be getting the answer for the first or the second or whichever is unanswered in the format. Okay. Pretty enough. Now the next type of question asked are table type questions, wherein a table will be provided to you. Okay, so the rows and columns will be given and some information will be mentioned in that. Here also the instruction will be mentioning the word limit. Okay, the blanks will be given, so you need to fill in the blanks according to the word limit. You just have to find the part from which the questions of the table are asked and then fill in the most suitable word accordingly. Okay, so for example, over here in the table format itself, they are the table is asking you some details about a glass, for example. Okay, and the glass, the width might be suppose 3 mm and the height can be 4 mm, or whatever it is. Okay, so here it's already mentioned that it is about glass. So in the passage, determine the information based on the word glass. The keyword for you will be glass over here. Okay, and pretty enough. All right, now the tips and tricks to answer this question are, you need to understand the central idea and based on which your keywords will be identified. Here the linking devices will help you to relate the information. You can need to keep a tab on your grammar concepts and the vocabulary. This completion is based on the words or the numerical data. Alright. Don't commit a mistake by completing the blank where the synonym of the word is already present in the text. So if the same word is present or if the synonym is present, don't write the same word again. It doesn't make sense. Use the exact word which is given in the text. If the word bank is given, fair enough, or else you will be having the answer in the passage itself. Alright. Now the next type of question we'll be focusing on are called as the short answer type question, wherein you will be provided with the short answer questions and you don't have to provide the answers in detail. So here also the word limit will be given to you and you need to answer the questions in a short and crisp manner. The prerequisite, that is the basic essential in this type of question, is to understand the passage well. So that you need to keep the questions in mind. Alright. So once you understand what is the crux of the passage, what is the passage exactly about, based on that it becomes very much easy for you, because now you know what are the keywords, where you will be able to locate the answers, and this will help you to answer the short answer type questions easily. Alright, and that is also in the word limit, so you're not supposed to frame the entire sentence. So grammatically or anything, it won't be wrong. It is just the words will needs to be taken exactly from the passage. That's it. Alright. Now, the tips and tricks for answering this question are: use the keywords to navigate the answer in the passage. Keep a check on the answer whether it matches the word limit or not. The answers will be in a chronological format. If the passage contains any terminologies, for example, any acronyms or some other data like ABCL, right, BACL. So these are the acronyms for certain organizations, it stands for something, right? So all this will help you out to determine the answer. So suppose, for example, in the statement, it is mentioned that BCEL had some forgery done in the last few years or something like that. So you know what is BSEL or BECL, whatever it is, based on the passage. You'll be able to locate the acronyms. So that becomes pretty much easy, right? The numerical data. So suppose it is mentioned that it is 1 lakh tons, right? It is mentioned, it is asked in the question. So this also becomes very much easy for you to locate it in the passage because you have the number with you, right? So any numerical data, like suppose the year 1925. So it becomes easy for you based on all the words. You will be able to determine 1925 in between the passage anywhere, right? So this becomes pretty much easy for you to locate the answers. All right. Then the next type of question is label the diagram type, wherein a diagram will be given to you and you need to complete the diagram with the suitable words. So any particular diagram will be given to you, all right? So might be a table diagram or might be any circulatory system or respiratory system, or any particular diagram will be given to you. You just need to fill in the keywords, right? So what is there on the right ventricle? What is the right ventricle called as? What is the left ventricle called as? Right? So all these things data will be given. So it becomes easy for you to locate the answers, and you just need to write the keywords in the diagram. This is what we have already done in school and colleges, right? We used to draw the entire diagram and then name them. Correct? You remember? Right. So this is how you are supposed to do over here also. But here, by God's grace, you don't have to draw the diagram. You just have to mention what is, the parts of the diagram as per the text. Pretty easy. And for this, you need to have the clear understanding, the basic context of the passage, so that you are able to fill in the spaces provided with the appropriate words. So the right words, the terminology, whatever are used, you just have to write that, nothing else. Right? So this question is also pretty much easy. Fair enough. Now there are other questions that are based on matching type questions. So the first type of matching type can be matching the sentence endings. Okay. So here what will be given to you, the initial part of the sentence will be given to you, alright, and a box will be given wherein all the sentence and different sentence endings will be mentioned, like A, B, C, D, E, and the initial part of the sentence is given over here. So for example, the first sentence is matching with this sentence ending of B, alright. So your answer sheet will be 1B. That's it. Okay. So this is also pretty much easy, because what you can do is, if you start reading the first part of the sentence, right, and if you're fixing it without reading the passage also, it becomes easy. Why? I'll tell you. Because grammatically you need to fix whether it is, matching with the first and the last part of the sentence. So at times what is happening, grammatically only it is not fitting. So obviously you can eliminate it. So you come to know, okay, for the first A is definitely not the correct answer. Then there are bright chances that like B, C, D or E. And then you come to know that is the third sentence is matching definitely with D, right? So for first, D option is also eliminated, right? So this will help you to deduce the options. Eliminate the options. So your job becomes pretty much easy to answer such type of questions, right? Next one. So the tips and tricks are, you need to complete the incomplete sentences with the correct sentence endings. Read the statement which is asked. You need to understand and comprehend what is the question asking you, whether it is a reason, whether it is a cause, or whether it is asking you for some kind of explanation. Eliminate the options the way I told you, right? Based on the keywords, it becomes easy for you to read the passage and the related content. So there are might be chances you might get confused between two or more than two options. But if you work smartly and with practice, this will help you to reduce the confusion as well. Again, the questions are arranged in chronological format, but the sentence endings, the table option with the sentence or endings, they are not in the chronological format, but the initial part of the sentence will be in the chronological format, right? So obviously it is not like the first answer is A, second answer is B. No, this is not like that. So first can be D, second can be A, anyhow. Okay, you need to keep a tab on your synonyms and the paraphrase terms. That is important. Don't commit a mistake by matching the keywords. It is suppose over here in the first sentence they are giving you something related to liver, or the word liver is already there, and in the B statement liver is also there. So you are pretty much sure, okay, liver is there, the keyword is there, so definitely answer for the first statement is B. No, don't commit a mistake. Don't be in a hurry. All right. So again, what I mentioned you can eliminate the options based on the grammatical structure. This becomes pretty much easy. When we start solving the passages, you will be getting a hang of it. All right. Now the next type is match the features, wherein the most appropriate features of the column is the category in the another column. All right. A peculiar characteristic given is given in the passage for a certain group. So certain features will be mentioned, like the passage is divided into paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, and each paragraph will be having a certain feature, and a list of features will be asked in the questions. So you just need to devise the structure wherein paragraph A is matching with which feature, like C or the third option, whatever it is. So this is how we are matching the features. And based on the keywords, based on the synonyms, based on the understanding, the context of the passage, it becomes pretty much easy to answer such type of questions. Okay. For this, you need to scan the passage, right? You are not reading the entire passage. All right. You need to focus on your vocabulary, enrich your vocabulary, because synonyms are very much important. They play the main role in answering the questions for the IELTS examination. Find out the keywords while answering the questions. So when this thing is done, this plan is everything is sorted, then you start reading the passage, this becomes easy for you. So your skimming is important. You are just giving a glance on the passage. You are not reading the entire passage word to word. Here the thing is, the questions may not follow the sequence. There is no compulsion in this type of question that they might follow the chronology. So here you need to find the information based on the keywords, because these keywords can occur multiple times in the passage. If the entire passage is something related to liver, so obviously this word, the keyword which you have mentioned, it will be appearing n number of times in the entire passage. Okay. So here a smart game needs to be played. Okay. Now the next type of question can be match the heading type questions, wherein you are required to match the paragraphs given in a column to the appropriate heading. So for example, para A or para B could have the heading like malnourishment or essential nutrients. So here you just need to mention that, okay, para A heading is the option which is given in the second option, in that way. All right. So here you need to match the paragraphs with the appropriate titles or the headings. So for this, you just need to understand the central idea of the passage. What is the passage trying to say? That's it. So this will help you to identify the headings for each and every paragraph. All right. Now, so here you need to first understand the passage, read the first and the last lines of the paragraph. So as I mentioned, so the entire passage will be divided into small paragraph like A, B, C, D, E. So once you start reading the paragraph A, it's not that you are reading the entire paragraph. Read the initial line and the last line. So you will be getting the crux, as in what is this paragraph talking about. Okay, so this will help you to eliminate the unnecessary headings, unnecessary options, and then you can reduce to the option which is mentioned. Alright, so here the linking devices will help you to correlate the correct answer. And in reading passages, you are not expected to know or understand the meaning of each and every word. Not required. Don't waste your time in finding out what is the meaning or what does this word stand for. Not required. Just go with the flow. Keep on answering the questions. Alright. The next type is complete the summary type of questions, wherein one needs to understand the context and have a fair idea about it. So it might become difficult if you are not able to understand the passage and come to the conclusion what is the passage talking about. So you need to comprehend the passage. That means you need to understand the passage. You need to summarize it. This will help you to complete the summary of the passage, right? So for example, what is a summary? So suppose the entire paragraph is say about 8 to 10 lines, okay, and in the options it is mentioned in 2 to 3 lines. So you need to understand the content. What is the crux? What is the passage talking about? Based on that only you will be able to understand, okay, this is the summarized version of this particular paragraph, and you will be able to find the correct answer for it. Fair enough? So here you need to understand the central idea, locate the information based on the keywords, keep a tab on the linking devices that will help you out to understand the answers, keep a tab on the grammar concepts as well, as in what is the vocabulary about, and based on the words, based on the numerical data, you will be able to identify the options, identify the correct answer. And wherein, so for example, the synonym is already mentioned, don't jump to the conclusion, okay, the word keyword is there and you are getting the synonym, you are done with the answer. No, don't jump, don't run your horses on that ride. Use the exact word format which is given in the text. So here you need to focus on collocating the words which are given in the blanks, if the word bank is given to you. So this will help you pretty much easier to find the correct answer. Alright. The next type is true, false, not given, or yes, no, or not given. So based on the instruction, you need to answer the question. So here you need to understand what is the writer talking about, what are his or her viewpoints. And based on that, you need to understand, okay, what is he talking about, what is his perspective, and why is he mentioning such details, right? So once you understand the writer's understanding, this task becomes very much easy. Alright. So when is the statement true? When exact information is given in the text, right? And when it is false, because the contradictory information is given, that time you can state that, okay, this particular statement is false. But when can you say the statement is not given? When the information pertaining to the statement which is asked in the question, that information is not given only in the text. So that time you need to mention it as not given. You cannot say it as false. Okay. So there is a very thin line between false and not given, and you need to answer these questions very smartly. Alright. Okay. So here the pattern remains the same, as in the chronological format will be mentioned. So once you get the answer for the first statement, then only you will be getting the answer for the next statement. Okay. Read the questions first and then answer, and then try to understand the text. Determine what are they asking, whether it's true, false, not given, or yes, no, or not given. So as mentioned, don't jump to the conclusion. Find the answers with the help of the keywords. The questions can be in the paraphrased content. So you need to understand the statement very nicely. Don't waste your time on one question. If you are not able to find the answer, jump to the next one. If you are still unable to get the answer, skip to the next question. There is no point wasting on one particular question only. So there are bright chances you will be able to answer the next few questions, and don't just stress out, okay, I'm not getting the answer. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Go to the next one. But don't leave it unanswered later on. Okay. And it may be the case that if the information is not given, wherein you will not be getting the information at all in the text. So that means, so it's not the time to freak out. It means that the statement is not given. The keywords can be in the form of numerical data, dates, numbers, acronyms, etc. in the text. So this becomes easy for you to locate the answers. Alright. So this was about the reading section. Thank you so much for attending this session. See you next time. Bye.